Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Weekly Comic Book. We are made this week's DC and Image books. Now, so we move on to this week's Marvel books. Kick things off. We've got X-Men number 12. Where we left off, the X-Men had been attacked by a group of cops bounty hunters with a, and we're given a warning beforehand by Corsair, Cyclops' father. However, the bounty hunters were in a traveling in a Conti space whale, and and when they when they managed to meet the X-Men, they were pretty close to being in getting in airspace, and so Alpha was called in. So the issue opens with discussions of Alpha Flight's legal standing in the aftermath of Fall of X, which Department H refers to as the unpleasantness. And so their new team leader is Agent Arsenault of Department H. With the lineup consisting of James McDonald Hudson, Guardian, Eugene Judd, Puck, Narnia, Snowbird, Marina Smallwood, Marina, and Michael T. Youngman, Shaman, who is a conscious objector. Who is refusing a position on the with the Alpha Flight program on ethical grounds. Arsenault says they further leverage on him. And so, Arsenault is codenamed Vindicator. Very no nonsense in the field. But meanwhile, with the X-Men, the bounty hunters are likely have quite a bit of intel on the X-Men, and are utilizing inertia foam on Wish and Sapinova at top speed on using that on Juggernaut. A vertigo gun on Magic. Ruby Quartz armor on for their soldiers to counteract Cyclops, and the pirates have a extreme zoology expert, Dr. Zento Starblood, at her disposal. The capture was the contract is just for the capture of Scott Summers. And Quentin and Oya or Ii are Temper are in the Marauder with Corsair, but of course their Psychons are down. But the reason for that the pirates want to take the the Cyclops as a prisoner is for use as a hostage uh, against Phoenix. But Alpha Flight and the X-Men work together to take down first off the Star Whale, and then well, bring it to the ground, and then to cut it off as a means of escape. And so the Puck, Snowbird, and Marina deal with the heart of one of the hearts, while Psylocke deals with the other. And but Magic ends up rescuing the rest of the X-Men, as well as the members of Alpha Flight. And then, of course, negotiates with the Kree Skull Empire for bounty on pirates. And Cyclops volunteers to break Alpha Flight out of prison, but Vindicator says that they made their choice, they knew what it could mean, and that this is how they show the Canadian government that they were wrong. As a fugitive, Guardian says he's nothing. As Guardian, Alpha Flight, he's a symbol. They all are. They shame them with their jailers with every life they save. And it says that he'll be free soon enough. The issue ends with Beast telling Cyclops by Psychoms that Professor X has escaped. And that is where the issue ends. Like most of the X-Men for this month, they're setting up next month's X-Man Hunt crossover. Otherwise, good book. McKay's been very consistent with the X-Men. Moving on to our next book, we've got Rogue the Savage Land, number 2. Where we left off in this untold tale of Rogue's time in the Savage Land. Rogue ended up running into Magneto, and also Zabu, who was seemingly looking for Khazar. So the issue opens with the search for Khazar resuming. Magneto is also helping out and get the trio some food. Though some commandos from a attack they're the part of the Savage Land that Rogue, Magneto, and Khazar and Zabu are on. They're found by members of the Fall people, who say that basically Zabby's friendship is good enough for vouching, but they basically and Magneto opts to set out the search. However, elsewhere, the Sabretooth mutates are presumably doing blood. Well, Zaladin is doing blood magic, while Bruticus, Brainchild, and the others are looking on. And that night, Magneto tells Rogue that there's going to be war coming to Savage Land. That night, Rogue and Cathar, Rogue and Zabby try to find Cathar. They come upon a basic area of rotting meat. It's basically where the frog people that Rogue ran into in the first issue live. But they find Cathar. They get a hologram of a giant shark to scare off the frog people, and Cathar is rescued. However, he's not exactly a friend of Magneto's, but Rogue saves his hand, and turns out that mutates are attempting to use the ancient terraforming machines built to maintain the environment of the Savage Land. And that was also where Cathar was heading. They've already managed to take one, but Zaladin says that she'll continue on to the next world parent alone, and tells the other mutates to make sure that no one follows. And that is where the issue ends. Okay. Savage Night Adventures. Kind of fun. I especially like the. I've noticed this before. I really appreciate the retro covers that these retro miniseries have. Moving on though to our last book for the moment, we've got Sabretooth, The Dead Don't Talk, number 3. Where we left off, Sabretooth, going up by the alias of Mad Dog Murphy, had been working with a brief prisoner Ravencroft Asylum by the name of Fisk. 3 guesses who he's an ancestor of, but with Mad Dog Murphy's help, Fisk was able to make a meteoric rise to the crime family of the 5 points. So much so that someone sticks crocodilian on Fisk, and the other gangs had hired an Asian assassin to take care of Fisk by Dragonfire. So the issue opens with a oddities, a collection of oddities from Marmaduke Dix's Exceptional Explorers Club. The two guns of the Two Gun Kid. Pteranodon eggs from a savage land, and the ancient sarcophagus of the first one of Egyptian legend. I'm sure that Timothy's former boss has no interest in that one. His former boss at the time was, of course, Mr. Sinister. But Fisk and Sinister are watching the show, and it turns out that Dix's finds was to be displayed at Coney Island, and also with him is a man by the name of Vanko, who shows off his iron dynamo. It's basically a precursor to the Crimson Dynamo suit. But Fisk is very interested in the iron dynamo. And him and William Randolph Hearst have a discussion about the kind of man that Fisk is. And Sabretooth makes some threats to Hearst to basically tell him to lay off his boss. But the Sons of Amsterdam show up to also cause trouble for Hearst. And a gang of rebel erupts. However, with and one of the gang members is hit. Well, multiple gang members are hit by flaming arrows from Dragonfire. And so Dragonfire and Sabretooth duke it out. And their fight ends up becoming lovemaking. And Banco discovers that his iron dynamo has been stolen. He blames it on Edison. I mean, fair. Absolutely fair, you know. Thomas Edison never found an invention he wasn't willing to steal and take credit for. Dragonfire suggests to Sabretooth that maybe he could take over as king of the New York underworld. After all, no one could stop him. While the crocodilian is lurking in the shadows. And that is where the issue ends. I will admit the nature of the alliance between Dragonfire and Sabretooth was really telegraphed. The few pages that their fight is happening. But anyways, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.